Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to Treadmill class. We got a hard one today, so why don't we get started? And what we usually do is I'll have you run at a comfortable pace for about 5 minutes, get everything limbered up, and then we'll have about 20-25 minutes of class, ending with our Everest that we have every week. So why don't we go ahead and I'll start the timer, have your what we call base pace. That could be anywhere from 4.0 up to 7.0. You might want to keep it at a nice comfortable pace because we are doing some hill work today, and you'll have to have probably a slower pace to be able to run on those hills. So let me go ahead and start, and there we are. So we're going to go 5 minutes at what we call base pace, and I'll let you at it. So I'll tell you a little about what class is today. Once we finish this 5 minutes, we're going to get started right off with some hill work. So we're going to start you at a higher percentage. And the basis of the class is that as the incline comes down, we're going to add more speed to your base pace. So the intensity level should stay close to the same, because as the hill gets less steep, we're going to have you run faster up the hill. All of your recovery will be at this pace or walking pace, but it's going to stay at the incline that you're presently at. So once we start, it always is going to be at an incline, and we'll be coming all the way down to when we finally get to 0%. And then at the end, if we have time, we're going to do a couple little fast sprints, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Usually we'll probably do about 3 of those, give you a minute and a half recovery, and then we'll end up with our walking Everest that we do every week. So we're only about 2 minutes in, so I'm going to shut up and give you another 3 minutes just to run it out. If you need music, or if you have it going already, it's good. Something to watch. Otherwise, you're just going to stare at me for the next 3 minutes. You can tell my stash is getting a little more full. I'm growing it out a little more, as you can see. It's weird. Kind of fun. People call me Mini Hulk Hogan. All right, we're halfway done through that warm-up. Just keep it right here. Again, this should not be difficult in any way. You should be able to talk during this pace. So if you find yourself short of breath, you're going way too fast already, and you're going to pay for it as the workout continues. So an interesting fact is this video will be my 100th video that I've posted on YouTube since, I believe, since we started these classes. So 100 classes that I've posted. There were a couple that I was still trying to figure out how the video stuff worked and how to edit it and how to get it on YouTube and all that. So I missed a couple of them, and some classes I thought I was recording, and then the class was over, and I was like, crap, didn't record it. So this is my 100th actual posting, but probably I've done about 100 and 510 classes so far since the pandemic. That's a lot of jumping around in my living room. And hopefully I don't have to do 100 more. That will be back, but I don't know how positive that's going to be, but we're heading that way. Even when the fitness center opens, I'm not sure whether classes will really be starting or not. So we might just be keeping this virtual classroom schedule going. All right, we are getting closer to that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you take it up to, when I tell you, you're going to go up to 7%, and you're going to add 0.2 to the speed that you're at already. So if you think you're going a little too fast, you might want to come down a little. Otherwise, leave it right here. And you're going to be there for 1.5 minutes. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to 7% incline. And you're going to be there for 90 seconds. And then I'm going to give you a 1-minute recovery, but you're going to stay at 7%. And you're going to bring it down to whatever speed you need to do to recover, whether that's walking or your original base pace. So you got 1 more minute at 7%, running at 0.2 above base pace. We're down to the last 30 seconds. So just stay with it, knowing that you've got that 1-minute recovery coming up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to your original running pace or walking pace. Leave it at 7%. We're going to stay here for 1 minute. So when you are recovering, if you are walking, try not to grab onto the treadmill and hold the railing. Put it at a speed where you can keep pumping your arms just like you're power walking. All right, when I tell you next, you're going to bring the incline down to 6%. You're going to add 0.4 to the speed. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down to 6%. Add 0.4 to speed. That would be 0.4 to your base pace, your running pace that you started with the workout in. Again, 90 seconds. You're at the 1 minute mark. And we have 30 more seconds to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave it at 6% and go down to walking pace or running recovery pace for 1 minute. Thirty more seconds. Heads up for what's coming. We're going to go down to 5%, and you're going to go to 0.6 above base pace on this next 90-second interval. So right now you're still at 6%. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower it down to 5%, add 0.6 to your base pace. One minute mark left. Thirty seconds left. Hang in there. Camera just went out of focus. I don't know why it does that. And recovery. So leave it at 5% and go down to walking pace or recovery pace for 1 minute. And got 30 seconds left. So what's coming up is we're going to go down to 4% incline, and you're going to be 1.0 above base pace. Again, 90 seconds. We're going to do this same decline all the way down to 0%. In 3, 2, 1. So take it to 4% incline and add 1.0 to speed. One minute to go. And we're at the 30-second mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave it at 4% and go to recovery walk pace or running pace for 1 minute. And we have 4 more intervals to go through. Thirty more seconds, and we'll be at 15 minutes into class. All right, let's take it down to 3%. And I want you to add 1.2 to base pace, starting now, 90 seconds. One minute to go. And we have 30 seconds left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave it at 3% and go to recovery pace. 1 minute. Thirty seconds left. All right, let's take it down to 2%. And I want you to add 1.6 to base pace. Is that correct? I'm sorry, 1.4 to base pace for 90 seconds. 1.4. One minute to go. Thirty seconds. Five, four, three, 2, 1. Leave it at 2% and take to recovery pace. 1 minute. 2 more levels we have. We have 1% and 0%. Thirty seconds left with recovery. All right, let's take it down to 1%. We're getting close. I want you to bump the speed up to 1.6 above base pace for 90 seconds. One to go, 1 minute. Thirty seconds. And let's bring it down, pace to base pace or walking pace at 1% for 1 minute. Thirty seconds left, and then we have one more interval on the hills, which really isn't a hill because I'm having you go to 0% in about 20 seconds. You're still at 1%. All right, let's take that down to 0%. And I want you to add 1.8 to base pace. 90 seconds. Go. We have 1 more minute to go. And we're at 30 seconds. Add 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Base pace, recovery, or walk it out. This will bring us about 26 minutes to class. So we're going to go right into Everest. So let's leave it at base pace if you're running for another minute, and then we'll have everyone go down to their walking Everest pace at the end of this minute, which will be 30 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, everyone go to 3.5. Take it to 3.5 walking pace for 1 minute. So Everest base pace usually is between 3.5 to 4.0, right around there. So you determine what you want to be at what speed. And at the whole time through Everest, try not to grab onto the treadmill at all. You're just going to pump those arms. Each incline, we're going to do it 10% 1 minute, 12.5 at 1 minute, and 15% at 1 minute. All right, so let's go ahead and take it up to 10%. I'm going to give you about 20 seconds for the treadmill to get up to 10%. And that's when I will start the 1 minute mark at 10%. So we're right at 10 seconds. This will be 3 minutes long. We'll bring it down, give you a minute to recovery, and you'll be all finished at 30 minutes. All right, here we go. 1 minute at 10%. Remember, walking, you're going to use a lot more glute strength to power you up the hill. Try not to go into a running stride. Think of it as a powerful walk up the hill. "30 seconds left." In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go to 12.5 incline. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take it to 15%. Now, if you can, I want you to add 0.2 to speed. So we're going to bring it a little harder on this last minute. 0.2 to speed. Again, you're not grabbing onto that treadmill. All right, we're coming down to the last 30 seconds. If you can, add another 0.2 to speed for the last 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can grab onto the treadmill, bring it down to 0% incline, and let's take it back down to 3.0 to 3.5 recovery walk. So I want you to stay here for a couple of more minutes. Let your heart rate come down. I think most people find that walking at that incline at those paces, your heart rate seems to get at times even higher than it does when we're doing some of those hills intervals. And I find that every time I do that it's very difficult. And the gluteus maximus is working to the maximus. So anyway, that is our Wednesday treadmill class, and hope you had a good workout. See you guys later. Bye-bye.